Hello guys. I think version 3 literally just dropped and I do have that pulled up, so I guess we'll see what we have for today. Hopefully the music's not too loud, so if it is, just let me know. But I think before we look into changes, I do want to go over how Aventurine actually is. I did quite a bit of... One sec. I did quite a bit of testing with him today, so let me just share the results real quick. I'll use this screen. I hope hopefully it's big enough. I can make this a bit bigger. So I tested with the main team, with Ashblade and Hyacine, and for the most part, if we look at these, oh wait, just look at these numbers over here actually. This was when I tested a few days ago, but today I had more time to actually test it and I had pretty good runs. Now against this particular knight, there's a lot of CC stuff, and there's also just like the enemy mechanic itself. Basically, if you don't meet the threshold, then your damage is completely cooked and it's going to delay you by quite a bit. So for the runs that I liked quite a bit and there wasn't any of that RNG, I put for 10 out of 10 over here, but for the runs that I put like 8 or 9 out of 10, then it could potentially be a bit better. But overall, when we look at everything, the one that performed the best and also most consistently was, again, Trivi, which I think is pretty crazy because I assume a lot of people were expecting that Robin would probably be... Oops, wait. Sorry, I hope the music wasn't duplicated, but yeah. Again, I also expected Robin to be like far superior in a team like this because of the buff she provides and also just the action advance. But no, Trivi is just still pretty dang OP. Now, what's surprising... Oh, wait, you know, let me do this. V2, just as a V2. What's super surprising was actually Aventurine. Now, I'm not sure what other people did necessarily, but like for what I did, I mean, he was really good, surprisingly. However, what wasn't good was Elation. Now, Elation is like really bad for Aventurine. What I noticed, the main thing actually is just that Elation skills and all that jazz, it doesn't count towards his hits. So if we go back here, I used this chart, I believe, in my video. But although he has really high Elation skill multipliers, right? So, excuse me. When we see this, in theory, it is good. And then in practice, it's also pretty good in the follow-up teams. However, when you're actually playing in a Elation team, generally speaking, I think he's only getting around 10 to 15 stacks or so, while in a follow-up team it's like much higher, maybe around 20 to 25 average. So we actually never get to actually get his full Elation skill multipliers. So when you look at the actual damage in many tests, he's just it's just really bad. So for today, I think if we were to see Robin, if she were to stay the same, I think it's perfectly fine. She's like super versatile at the moment. But for Aventurine, I think if he gets like just minor buffs, that's pretty good. But at the same time, I think his Elation team needs to be like giga buffed or change some mechanics, because right now it's pretty unplayable. It's not that fun, and especially compared to the follow-up team. Also, I would try to look at chat, but for today, I'm gonna try to be more objective and not wander too far, because I'm really trying to, hopefully, instead of videos, you guys could just watch the stream, and then people who come in late or just don't have the time, they could also just watch it as well. Okay, but moving on, the next thing I actually want to cover would actually be Robin's results. So, this would be Robin with my casters and Evernight, and then the Trivi, Robin, and Hyacine, those are just 30 substat rolls. And for the most part, Trivi is just slightly behind Robin. So again, Trivi is really putting up some really dang impressive numbers. Now over here, this is from my previous stream of the characters I want to test so far. So let's see, I've tested Ashblade, Castress. I currently haven't been able to get to solo carry Evernight yet, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, because I'm unable to access RMC. But maybe I'll try to fix that or something. And then I haven't tested Glaya, but we'll get to the Saber Gale combo pretty soon, and unfortunately I didn't have time for Himeko. I think by the time version 4 or so something rolls out, I'll have a video going over all the characters over here, and I'll have the numbers and also like the pros and cons, all that shebang for Robin. So now next, the next thing to go over is actually this one. Yeah, I was not able to get through Himeko, but this one I really wanted to use RMC, but the version I used, it was just infinitely loading, which really sucked. I couldn't access it, so I used Blade instead. So comparing Blade to Robin, again, super damn close, which is again super surprising. I thought Robin would be like a whole tier above, but in my case, just like barely better than Blade. So for me, I finished in 538 AV, but if I had like ever so slightly higher substats, or like it critted just a bit better, it would have been 509. Wait, are you guys saying my screen is glitching? Haha. How glitchy is... Oof. Is it my net, or is it... Wait, oops. Can you guys tell me what exactly is messing up? It's not glitchy at all for you. Let me switch to this one. It's the stream. I think it's blinking. A bit flickering. Like, why is it flickering? If you guys don't mind, do you mind refreshing? I'm looking on my end on like 2 different devices, and it looks fine for me. But give me 1 second. Let me switch it, but also check. Also, I found this, and this was really nice. Okay, not the ad though. Okay, I'm on my phone right now. I don't see anything. I think I'll just have to move on though. But let me play this in the background. Okay, but yeah. So far, I think from everything, Robin surprisingly isn't as OP as I thought she would, and then Aventurine isn't as bad as people made him out to be. So, I guess with that in mind, let's just see the changes real quick. Is it just wording? Wait, oh my gosh. You guys, okay, you know what? Okay, let's actually just go through Aventurine first. Also, I'm gonna use this one just so I don't cut off any information, so I hope it's not too tiny, but I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, cool. I don't think... Normally I do like to write everything down, but I think because I've actually tested it myself, then I can literally just have it on screen. I'll just tell you like how the changes actually are. Let me see. Okay, starting with the ultimate, slight increased speed, and then I think the turns itself doesn't exactly matter. We have to check the... I don't know, does that change? I don't know the actual breakpoint. You know what? I actually will go over the math later, because I don't know if this is any particular breakpoint. Because again, testing myself, I didn't really look at the numbers, but just how it really felt. But overall, maybe this is really big, but in practice, maybe not as well. So that doesn't matter. I don't think that changes any of his issues or fixes anything. Let's see. When Fervor reaches 10 points, Aventurine uses Cheer, Summer Blaze, which takes fixed 20 punchline accounts. After this is just wording. Okay, so that's not good. Ultimate, or yeah, ultimate and talent, no changes. Yikes. Let's see here. Technique points are not, nope, that doesn't matter either. Oh, Halation skill. Okay, so this one actually does matter. I'll do the math later, but let's see. Higher multipliers. Okay, so far none of the changes I guess really address what I want to be addressed. I mean, nice number buff, but this is the enhanced version, nothing important either. Oh, okay. When Aventurine deals his damage using Elation skill, it's considered as launching a follow-up attack. Wow, look at that. Okay. I'll have to look, because I don't know how this will necessarily work, but I think that's really crazy. I'm surprised to actually see this, because I know a lot of people in the video I made were actually looking for this particular change, which actually came up. But I guess the question is, how impactful is this actually? So I'm not sure how it necessarily works. So maybe on the bottom we'll see that there's actually like a separate multiplier, but if not, then we'll just have to assume it also takes in damage bonus for some reason. Okay, but I'll write all this stuff down later. This doesn't... Oh, they remove... Let me change this. I don't know if this meant they removed his defense boost and gave him a full offensive spread, so let me switch that over real quick. Stat-wise... Oh yeah, he has a full offensive spread now, so more defense, which is, I mean, pretty nice. Minor detail, but I think the main thing would of course still be the, what's it called, this trace where it's a follow-up attack. And then going down. Oh, okay. This is fantastic. They moved his E1 into his base kit. Now, in my video, I said that Aventurine can't really, I guess, scale with the current follow-up thing because he just doesn't have enough follow-up attacks, right? For most characters, if you attack more, then generally you get like more ults or just more energy in general. So moving this into his base kit alone makes him very, very, very good. Now, dang, at a baseline, that's actually awesome. Now, I will say, this attack in itself, when you get 10, it actually does not hit that hard at all, okay? So, when you get the Aha Elation skill, oh yeah, I wrote it down, oops. This really depends, but for the most part, his Aha Elation skill was hitting, I put 1.4 million, but the tiny ones where you get at each intervals, I believe those were hitting for, I believe, around 300 to 400k or so. But regardless, just more damage instances, of course, is super, super damn nice. I'll go through everything. I'll write it down later, but let's just look at it for now. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's his Eidolons. Wait a minute. Wait, am I stupid? Oh my god, it's just his Eidolons. They just changed the wording. I'm so stupid. Fudge. Oh my god, this was his... Oh. Okay, this is his Eidolons. It's just a wording change. Never mind, guys. Okay, so I guess besides... Damn, are we serious? I guess besides some multiplier increases, the main thing is just gonna be this. The question is, how does this would necessarily interact, but we can just figure that out later, I guess. But, okay, I guess in the meantime, guys, I actually want to go through some comments, because so far I've just been reading all of this, so I'm gonna see if there's any questions I can necessarily answer. So let me switch the view over, and then let me pop out my personal chat. I'm just gonna keep this one primarily to like the Aven. I hope it's not. It is a bit tiny though. Sorry guys, but I'll be reading it out because I'm trying to be objective for today, so less yapping for now. But let me just see if there's anything too important. Robin with Evernight. I have not tested this quite yet. I'm planning to. Oh, you got to do this before me. Elation scale skins are follow-up massive. Again, I'll just have to see how that works. Can we talk about how Robin isn't Ashblade's best in slots? I knew I couldn't trust these liars, SMH. Yeah, okay. I guess one thing, the team itself feels really satisfying to play, but when we look at actual results, it's just it's good. Which I think for the most part, it is really good for us, right? If we look in the meta, slightly above a lot of the current options and then helps a lot of other stuff too, but nothing like too OP. So again, just like last time, easily just tier 0 here. Oh, you know what? I guess before going back to the comments, I actually want to talk about Robin's damage because I think I'm not sure if you guys know how Robin's damage works or maybe like some misconceptions at this current point. But from what I've gone so far, in terms of Robin's damage, it's the best in Ashblade. She does the most damage in Ashblade. I'm pretty certain. And then it would be, let's see, the caster's team, and then this everything else. So right here, this will have to be, let's just say this will be Himiko, Gilgamesh, and then I think those are the two I'm mostly played with. Anyway, so I think in Ashblade team, I was hitting for approximately 200 to 300k per target. This is only 30 substats, by the way, so it's actually we need a microscope to see chat. Oh, okay. I don't know how to make it big. Oh, you know what? Wait, one sec, guys. Okay, I have a better method. Okay, we'll look at chat in a little bit, but for now, back to her damage. Now, if you're using, wait, let me narrow it down. Okay, Robin in every other team is hitting like 20 to 50k like a target, maybe. Like maybe. You should build like pure HP for those types of teams, in my opinion, and just focus on the buffs, especially if you're playing in a attack percent scaling team, such as, let's see, I'll assume Aglaya and then everyone else over here, basically. But if you're going to be playing in a caster's team, then it's like 50-50. I think the damage is okay, but nothing like too impressive. But in the Ashblade team, because she's also getting, let's see, she's getting triple buffs basically. So, oh yeah, we could say like if she's had 3 supports equals good damage, 2 supports equals okay damage, and then 1 support is like really, really, really bad damage. So here you just go full HP percent, and then this is just depends. And then this one's actually good. Like this is actually good damage. So I'll make for a future video, I'll go over this, but for now, if you're already pre-farming, just keep this in mind. I've been trying to pre-farm for her, but I think at this current point of like testing, I was just like, it's pretty, it ain't the craziest. So I'm, not really farming. Let me go back to the chat, dude. Okay. Okay, apparently this one's a bit too small. I'll keep that in mind. So what I can do instead is I can just watch my own stream. I think that should be okay. Also, there's so many people today too. That's actually crazy. No, there hasn't. Oh no. Oh, okay, sorry. I forgot I swapped. There's no music right now. That's my bad. Okay. No. Okay. If I zoom this in and then pop it out. Oh yeah, no, that works. Pop out. Oh yeah, wait, okay, that's a bit too big. Sorry guys, I'll plan for this in the future, but right now, sorry, it is a bit scuffed. Okay, but this should work. So let me just answer some questions real quick. Did he nerf, nope, he got a buff. Hopefully Aventurine stays strong. I love Mono Man. Yeah, I mean, he's only gonna be stronger from here. Again, I don't know where this conception of that he's bad came from. In his right team, he is strong. Open stream here, that's not good. Well, I guess he came at a bad time. It probably is pretty good. Let's see, follow-up synergy. Hmm. We'll have to look at the buffs, but if it's 80 crit, it probably does work now. The question is, it's probably going to be follow-up specific, because if not, then he's going to be getting all the damage bonus buffs too. But I guess I could just work out the math to see like how impactful this actually is, and then we can look at fribbles to get a pretty good idea, and also like look at the numbers that I was using in particular and get a pretty good reference there as well. Let's see, that would be buffed by E2 and Blade. Sure. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty good question. I guess we could just look at both cases on what it would mean. Again, because he's in a pretty good spot, if he does get the damage bonus, then it's really good. If he doesn't get it, then it's whatever. Because again, he's not weak. Summer Robin. Okay, we haven't gotten to there quite yet though. Honestly, this is great. Yeah, really nice to see that he actually got buffed in version 3. Let's see, this is amazing. Can you also do sustain's potential with Gilgamesh as the fourth teammate? The thing with testing, it's currently speaking, yeah. I guess a lot of new faces here. So let me show you guys what I have been working with. Okay. So I guess when you look at these stats, let's just look at Aventurines for now. Let's see. So Aventurine, I was testing Himiko. Here's Gilgamesh, and then there's Ashblade. We had a few others, right? But that's my own. Never mind. But for a lot of these characters, I'm literally using the exact same substats for the most part. Everyone's only getting like 30 and whatnot, based on how I want to spread it. But for the DPSs, almost every single one I've been testing are using the exact same things. In total, it should be around like 30 crit substats for like every single person. I didn't want to do HP or attack percent. I think crit's just easier on my part because there's actually a lot of characters to add in test. But so because I'm playing also with everybody using the same amount of substats, which is 30, and there's no like particular speed tune, I'm having everyone like on even playing field, then I can't really plan around like the different end games as well. And not to mention that like 30 substats and at E0S1 is also pretty weak. So if I'm doing anomaly arbitration, I think if I were to pilot it, I don't think I'd be able to clear it or being good clear. So that's why I'm not planning for 0 cycles. But I would say when it comes to all these teams that have been testing at E0S1, while they're good, it is definitely a really different experience than my usual teams, which are all E2. So if we look at just like say Sealy Land, right? I'll just show my thing so you guys could understand like my perspective of where I'm coming from and what I'm using. I'm trying to use 30 substats for everybody just to make it more relatable, because when I was doing the collab thing with Alpaca deck, I didn't realize that a lot of people aren't hitting like 45 substats, right? So here's my number top 1 Yao Guang, but a lot of the units I use, of course, are like really well built. If you guys go to like fribbles and whatnot, they're like 134 plus rating. Like I think Yao and Cassius are like 154, so they're really good. But I think the builds that I would be using, if I were to rate them on fribbles, I think they're probably just hovering at like 100% maybe. And then if we were to use this leaderboard as reference, it's probably only like top like 20 maybe, or even 30%. I'm not exactly sure, but that's why, I'm gonna refrain from sustainless for now, at least. And this Eidolons not basically, yeah. It was just wording changes. It seems the biggest thing is just gonna be the follow-up that you can get from the Ashblade synergy. Oh, wait, because it counts as... Oh, no, I think there's probably other mechanics where because it counts as a follow-up, it works. Now, I'll get to this a bit later, but just from the top of my head, it sounds good for particular teams and like teams that can synergize off of it. But in particular, I was really hoping that they would fix the Elation team in particular. Because if the Elation team was performing around half as well as the follow-up team, it's going to be even worse now. The fact that elation skills, so when you do Yaoguang ult and then Aha instant, where you get basically like 7 or 8 different hits, and literally none of that count towards the stacks, his elation multipliers are actually super duper low. So he does no damage in that team, nor does his teammates. So, fuck, yeah, I can't read. Sorry. So Aven mid still with us. No, he should be pretty strong now. I think so. The fact that his performance is already on par with other tier 0 options. He is, in my video, I said he was like bottom of tier 0, but at this current point with the changes, which I'll cover later, probably solidly tier 0, I would say. Any verdict on Aventurine yet? Is he finally better for Ashmort than Robin? We have a lot of yapping so far, hope you guys don't mind, but from these current version 2 results, haven't quite tested version 3 yet. Also, I hope I'm not blocking anything. I'm gonna move this right here. I'm trying to be more mindful because I think like 2 days ago when I was streaming, I was trying to show off some relics over here, but my entire face was blocking this. I was like, shoot. But before, Robin was just slightly better than Aventurine. So we'll just look at the Robin changes real quick and then, or in a little bit, and see if Robin is now like a bit better or a lot better or even worse. I hate Hoyo. I hate you so much. I don't know. I mean, he's good right now, so I'm not sure about this sentiment though. Chilra, don't judge till it's in the live servers. Is that towards me or someone else? Because I was able to actually test them. Super Smash Flash. Oh yeah. Okay, wait. No off topic, but yes. It was really fun. This were chat. Okay. I don't think I'm missing too much stuff now. Is it what's based off a character based on human calculations alone? No. So I think being able to actually test for myself, I'm able to get a better understanding of the characters to know if the math that I would do is actually accurate. So when I'm gonna make the, I guess the final video in regards to Robin and Aventurine, the plan is to have tests plus actual like the math, which I can, whether I do the math myself or use something like Fribbles or another calculator, then if I have all the different pieces together, then I can have like a comprehensive look on like everything. Okay, I guess everyone is landing Chef Cook. Thank you guys for being pretty peaceful. Getting more vibes can change a lot. I would assume that's for... Uh-oh. Oh, that's a lot of comments. Version 3 is here? Yes, it is here. And the Saber and Gilgamesh get the damage bonus from Final Signature. Okay, I'm just gonna keep the stream on topic for today. Oh, but I do want to update you guys on my next video though. I have the thumbnail pulled up. I don't have it pulled up, I lied. I'll get to that a bit later, but for now, of course, you know, we gotta stay on topic. And I'll get to this later, but I have a... No, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta show you this. Okay, so here's the thumbnail. I've been using Canva, and as you can see, this is an in-game screenshot where the cost is 0 refresh, by the way. And you would be like, oh, it must be like, you know, not actually 0 refresh cost, but then... Let me force... Oh, no, my face is blocking it probably right now. Okay, but yeah, guys, do you see this? Actually, free Cyrene. So I spent like, when I make the vid, I'm not sure if to post the VODs because I have hella stuff. But I stumbled across this strategy on YouTube, and it took forever to get. You guys don't understand, but insane strategy though, which I'm making the video for right now. I guess when we look at the fails real quick. Let me zoom to extra large icons. I actually got the run super early, but as you can see, LTG fail. So there's a 7% chance roughly of getting long-term gains. So you have to refresh it first. I didn't save like quite a few of these runs, so you can just only imagine how long this particular strat took. but I got it to work so I can make a video about it, which I'm super, super happy about. Okay, I will look at the rest of the comments pretty soon, but for now, let me go to check out Robin's before we can do any map or anything of that sort. Also, I'm glad to see so many people here. Normally it's only like 20 people, but now we have 100, so that's pretty crazy. Okay, but I guess to recap towards everything real quick and just at a glance of how it is. Also, let me switch it over. Okay, so just looking at this, probably not too impactful for the ultimate. Wording changes, that's also nothing again. Higher multipliers, and which we can just do the math itself. It's super easy to do in a little bit. And this one, we'll have to check this one. But I only know like so many characters and their interactions, so I'll probably need your guys' help on deciphering this one too. But you know, I'll get to the math on that soon. And no more defense, which is that's nice. Let's see, this is wording change, and I'll look at E2 in the future. So overall, I think Aventurine in a really solid spot right now. Besides for actual elation teams, it's still completely unusable. But looking at Robin, on the other hand, this is wording, more wording. Oh, okay, ultimate. Special guest attacks Robin additionally gains 2 points of vibes. Let's see, this character and her sum cannot advance the actions of other friendly targets. Okay, this is really nice because the wording was genuinely booty butt cheek. So in my video I mentioned how I had to go look at the Chinese translation and basically they just changed it over. So for this one, I'm pretty sure it's a similar clause to something like Sunday. No, it's not. But basically, if you were to advance like RMC cannot advance someone else. So this is just wording. This one, more parentheses. First one, any unit's turn, that's also wording. Okay, wow, Robin is basically completely wording changes. And then this is also, I believe, clarification too. The first time, yeah, so before, if you just read it on paper, I believe you would assume that only things such as, say, skill basic ult would grant this because you're using it on a turn. But when it says ability, it just means follow-up attacks, and stuff of that sort also counts too. So Robin, I mean, it's super simple. We don't have to do anything. Robin, of course, survived version 3. Objectively speaking, there's absolutely no reason to change Robin right now. But the main thing is like Robin is very strong, but there's just a very high opportunity cost of swapping right now to like anyone else. So if you already have someone like played, it's just not really worth it. But I'm not I don't believe much would change if I were to change the substats, because basically at this current moment, how to say this? If I were to change everyone from, let's say, 30 substats to increase it to 40 or even 45, that shouldn't change anything because everyone's like on neutral ground. So for the most part, this shouldn't impact anything, I believe, and the results should stay the same regardless of what it was. It should just be faster. But we can do math pretty soon, but for now, let me just go through some comments again. Also, I hope you guys like my Yamiko wallpaper. It took me forever to find it, but I was able to though. Okay. Usually I give up at 20 subs. 20 subs, guys. 20. That's like maybe two. That's like two crit rolls on all the PCs. By the way, when did most people regard zero cycling as the measurement how good a character is, or is it just me that's been getting this? It's just I guess the main way. Oh, I guess it's if it's zero cycle specifically. I think that's probably just a them thing. But generally speaking, if you're measuring, you're either going by performance or people's calculations with like damage per action value. But for that, it's really iffy on the math because I remember I watched a video from a really math guy that made this calculator. I remember how I was saying Vash? Kawaii? Kawaii. Something Kawaii, but I remember they made a video calling out about like theory crafters and spreadsheeters and how like math wise a lot of it's like pretty scuffed. So I guess nowadays you gotta like really take everything with a grain of salt, whether it's like people's actual on paper maths or like gameplay. Because also like when I'm seeing like gameplay, like it really varies, which you guys got to be careful because if you're cross-referencing from different people that play, you will have people that are using complete garbage at like really low substats and other people use like 45 substat stuff. It is a completely different game, okay? So just watch out for that. But if you're cross-referencing between the same creator, then it's pretty reliable because I mean they're gonna play the same way, use the same thing, so it's pretty reliable at that point. But although if you guys watch gameplay, look at the final stat page first and just look at the substats, you know? Okay. Oops, I must have scored a lot down. Oopsies. So, Robin SP now completely replaced Sparksy. I'm not sure what team you'd want to replace. Okay, I would just assume for the Sparksy one, I gotta test it, but if you're talking about Elation, then no, because Robin's main buff is attack percent. You know what? Oh, wait, it's also crit too. Never mind. Wait, it's crit only. Oh, God, I can test it. The main thing to note that if you're using Silverwolf or Evanescia, no, it's just not worth it. No. For Evanescia, it definitely would not be because just having another Elation member adds a lot of energy. But for Silverwolf, potentially, I can test it out next time. I have around like I have like 2 weeks to make the video, so it's pretty good. So I guess the thing is, if a character cannot zero cycle on release, it's a pretty bad sign for its future. I think that's pretty fair. I think this is mostly because of the shilling that's like present. So it's basically like if you have probably your ideal team and you're getting shilled as well, but you cannot clear, that's pretty bad. I think for this in particular, oh, this was a while back. I could give like a quick recap. TLDR, Aventurine slight buffs, and then just wording changes for Robin. No, wait, no. Aventurine buff and then wording changes for Robin. Let's see. Going for back to this though. So in the current teams I've been using 8 cost, right? I actually can't zero cycle any of the knights, by the way. The knights are genuinely really hard. Oh wait. Oh wait, I did zero. Wait, I lied. I did zero cycle. This I was able to barely zero cycle with just 2 of the versions on knights, which is 300 AV. That's pretty good, but I think for you guys, just keep in mind that if you already have like a high cost team, these newer teams with lower cost that you're like starting to build. So for example, like for my 13 costs, remembrance team, right? I'm doing like triple the damage of all of these teams, okay? It's a completely different experience. So don't try to compare like the newer teams with like your older ones, unless it's like of similar costs, I would say. Let's see. I want Robin for Gilgamesh. Is Gilgamesh with M-Blade Robin SP? Whoa, good. Gilgamesh M-Blade Robin SP? Whoa. Oh, hyper carry. I've only done Gilgamesh with Saber. I have not tried Gilgamesh solo carry. I can test that too. I would assume it's probably pretty good though. Gerald to summarize. Oh, thank you. Oh, let's see. For the extra advice for one character from Marvel, does it apply to a character in a memo spell or for just a regular character? Ooh, I gotta check. I would check. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure about this one at the moment. We'll get to character yours later. Also, guys, what's hilarious? I was watching my friend. He has a E6 Saber. If you have E6 Saber in Currency Wars, if you just have the double battery thing with just RMC, it's literally infinite. It's infinite damage already. It's super easy to get. You cannot lose. You literally need like 2 units in an item. It's ridiculous. I guess plus Gilgamesh too, but that thing is ridiculous. That is what they didn't want for the live game. E6 super easy to do infinite combo in Currency Wars. Probably like the best unit, assuming you have E6 though. Let's see, 7% chances when the Currency Wars have RNG. I mean, the mode itself has RNG, but I was fishing, so it should count memo sprites as well. Yeah, wait, no, wait. Okay, back to this question though. Does it count? It should count because when you're playing a Remembrance team, you get like you get a lot of stacks. From of all the teams, Remembrance gets the most stacks, and then follow up, I would say. But surprisingly, almost every single team, I have to check with certain units like Jing Liu, but at the moment they're hitting like averaging 20s are low, they're hitting like 20 to 40 generally speaking, which is like really good. So if you want to compare that with like the current debuffs or buffs from your units, I think you can average to like 30 stacks. It's like a pretty good amount. You're a good speaker, that's why people hear. Stream is engaging. Oh, I appreciate it. This is it's been a while since I've streamed, but I'm not sure how other streamers do it, but I think just talking to you guys is pretty awesome. Is the alpha test? Oh, I am doing it in nefarious ways. Let's just talk about it like that. Real question. Is there a new song better than an old one? Does that make your tier 0? I don't know if you guys heard it. I would assume you guys have because that's what you guys are here for. Personally, I love the new one. I think it's a banger, especially if you're wearing ear headphones at least. Hey, catching a stream for once. I didn't really expect Robins to get a oh, hello, Infinite Midnight Summer Ghost Mourner. I didn't really expect Robins to get a buff, not gonna lie. She seems decently balanced. Yep. She's in a great spot right now. EER rope viable. Okay. For Aventurine, by the way, you build him. Okay, let's see what Nanoka has to say, because when going through this, I think it gives you a pretty good idea, although maybe you can disagree. If you scroll down, let's see, crit rate, speed, quantum, energy. The only thing that I'll say is wrong is quantum. Technically speaking, it does boost your damage. Now, I'm not sure how the follow-up damage bonus, if that changes anything, because the follow-up thingamabob changes anything. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't think it does. And I'll talk about that later, but this should be HP or defense. He's basically like any other relation character. Attack percent's basically worthless. Again, it's one attack percent, or you can even count damage percent or damage bonus one. One of those is equal to, it's equal to 10 damage bonus or 10 attack percent rolls is equal to 1 crit damage one. This is absolutely negligible, guys. So her light code is incredibly broken, by the way. Okay. I think I've tested E1 and also E0S1. I think it's just super annoying. Okay, for certain setups, her light code is indeed like if you're trying to do like 0 AV stuff, yeah, you can put it on other units too, and also get the 0 AV thing as well, which makes it like really strong because it's just a free Von Wag. But for her, I think in terms of performance, it's just okay. It really sucks. Oh, that's right. I was gonna get to that, but I believe her best option, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually think it's her signature. I believe it's Hyacine's Lycone. I believe Hyacine's Lycone is actually the best. Let me stream like this. Where is it? Remembrance. Okay, so memory, go over the free-to-play option. Basically, it has nice base HP, but let's just compare to Everknights and Castresses. HP at this current point, the base HP is pretty nice, but because she's not damage dealer, it actually doesn't matter too much. Also, again, depending on your team, but because it's not a 4-star option and it's a 5-star option, then the base HP itself is fine. Getting 12% speed also really nice, but as for this one, it's just 16% damage bonus for your team, and then it just doesn't exist anymore, which is super. It really sucks. There's quite literally no other good option. However, if you have Hyacine's, I do believe it's terms of damage wise, it probably is best in slot. Now, the thing is, with Robin in particular, she doesn't actually gain anything from getting this action advance when I've done it myself. Normally speaking, your Robin should probably be around 146 speed at the lowest and probably higher. That alone makes her one of the fastest units on a team already, so it's just not really needed. But I think for other units in particular, like potentially like Cyrene and whatnot, I'm not exactly sure, but this would probably be pretty nice. Oh wait, shoot, I guess that doesn't even last. I guess you're only here for the 40% action advance then. I hope it's not too small, sorry. So, but again, HP, it's nice buffing, but when we compare to Hyacines, right? Speed, so speed in particular for Robin is actually like really good because her memo sprites have 180% of the speed. So in theory, you'd actually want to go like HP percent or crit, but I'm pretty sure because it's 180% of the speed, because it's such a high ratio that you actually just prefer to go speed. Now, I've tried both just at HP percent boots where I get higher scaling. Oh, I guess this will depend if it's attack percent or a HP scaling team. In a HP scaling team, when I was with Castris, I actually found. Oh wait, no. This is for both actually. No, because I tested both with the Ashblade team, and performance-wise, speed was just better. That's I guess that's all I can say. It wasn't by much, but perhaps it's because it's just more attacks. Maybe it's just one or two more attacks that really made the difference. Because the boss that you guys will see in the next chamber 1 of Anomaly Arbitration is like it's cancer. Okay, so there's also that. The health doesn't matter, but like 18 vulnerability is no joke. Okay, so in terms of amping, this one's pretty crazy though. I understand that the HP percent is converted into, okay, I guess the 20% speed is also, it counts as a damage increase too, which I'll figure that out later. But vulnerability, I think is really nice. If you have either two options, I think you could go for it. It would just depend on preference, I would say, in terms of that. Let's see. Like was kind of good. Team-wide 20% boost is pretty insane. Yeah, that's pretty true. I was planning on making a video on it about speed itself because I think speed is now like nowadays it's like really valuable. Like with a Gilgamesh team, right? In your guys' head, perhaps you're thinking like nowadays attack percent wise, you probably have like 4,000, 5,000, but when you look at a Gilgamesh or Saber team, they literally, with Robin in, at least, are sitting at like 8,000 to 9,000 attack. So nowadays, if we're able to invest into like speed or defense or vuln or anything like that, it's like much better. Let's see. What's this one? Trace that gives 3 entries is no longer fixed. Oh, is that what you guys were talking about? Let me see. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay, I guess while we're on this topic, would it be best to put on a ERR robe? I mean, I'm already using energy to recharge robe, by the way. So, um, this might speed it up just slightly if I had to assume. One extra hit. Wait, no, this can maybe be like speed up your team by quite a bit, actually. I think right now with Robin, she surprisingly doesn't get too much like ults off, right? Depending on the scenario, I believe you get more energy by enemies attacking you than teammates. At least in Night 3 for the newest anomaly, you got those little the mermaid people, like they give you so much energy. So, but normally for like zero cycles or like those types of showcases, you're probably only getting like low key 2 in MOC maybe 2 to 3 ults maybe. This perhaps maybe can push you to 4, but we'll just have to see. Maybe I do the math later, but we'll see. I'm so cooked. I want both Webmate and Robins. If you want both, yeah, it's gonna be a rough choice. The thing I like about her is that she has better energy situation. Yep, agreed. Isn't the energy gonna be wasted for Silverwolf 99? Yeah, we'll just have to see the gameplay. But ooh, actually, no. I don't think I will test Silverwolf because any action advance is actually pretty bad for her. She actually runs out of she runs out of certified banger states so fast when I was playing on my friend's account in the actual game. I don't think it would be good at all. I don't believe I'll test that one. Do you go Aven or Robin? I guess it would depend on your team, but if it's for Ashblade, at the moment, both are good. Both are probably around the same. Let's see. I'm sorry, I won't answer that one. Let's see. 20% speed is permanent if Robin stays in revive mode. Yep. It's basically like a Robin only specific light cone. Let's see. I missed most of stream. How is she with Aglaya? Unfortunately, I actually wasn't able to test with Aggie. Go to this one again. So let me go in my notes real quick. It's Himiko and then Aggie. I was planning to get the Aglaya, but I only had time to get to not even Himiko. I was testing, but it was taking too much time, so that was not possible, unfortunately. Okay, let's look at my notes. Is there anything that's to note? Follow-up team is fine. Elation is not. Yeah, I've said that. Counterintuitive kit. Yeah, I think this one's pretty interesting. For it's probably just because it wasn't to my standards that it just felt kind of bad. But generally, he actually does get pretty high stacks. But there likely will be moments where you're gonna have like downtime on your attacks, so you won't get high stacks at all. And then at that point, when the AHA is like pretty fast, you will get shafted there. Let's see, Elation doesn't count stacks. Yeah, I mentioned that. This really sucks. I mean, hopefully they fix this, at least in version 4 and 5, but until then, that team is just not viable. Let's see. Right. Yeah, I've gone through everything. Okay, a few more comments, and then I could show like a little bit of currency war stuff, and then we could do some math. Robin is so much better with Himiko Nova and follow-up team now. Well, nothing changed, but with Himiko Nova in particular, okay, I was not locked in. I can't really say, but it probably is at least okay. Because the thing is, again, okay, the attack percent is actually really good for Himiko Nova because none of her teammates actually give attack percent right now, I believe, besides Danhung PT. I think her kit's like Omega oversaturated in damage percent and crit when I was making my previous guide at least. So Robin is definitely better than played in for Saber Guild teams. So better than played. What was over here? Ever so slightly better. In that particular case, you're basically trading personal damage from played versus to like the carries such as, yeah, you're basically just trading a bit of stuff over. The thing is, the reason why the performance isn't so different, I am like I'm 99% sure it's just because Morton X-Blade has ridiculous damage, okay? Like that guy is OP. Oh, if you're playing any of the versions, any of the teams, just pull up Morton X-Blade. That guy's OP, okay? So if you're playing Ashblade, you never pull up unless it's very specific stuff where like you're about to reach a breakpoint with say Asheville, then you can pull him up if the extra energy gives you like one extra ult to clear. But if not, okay, I guess that's also like if it's single target too. But still, in most cases, Blade, that guy's OP. Robin's slight buff. Oh yeah, you know, okay, wait, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. I think at this current point, this probably, depending on the team, would help most of the teams instead of reaching only around say 20 on the low stacks to 40. This probably does push them maybe to even like 50 to 25 for like more teams. Let's see. So money is always tier 0. I knew that. Yeah, that's true. Unrelated, have you ever thought about having channel membership? Yeah, I'm not really sure how to do the monetization thing right now. I guess if you guys want to know how much I make, by the way, it's actually nothing. $400 doing all of this, but I've thought about Discord. I'm still considering it, but I've thought about sponsorships too. I've gotten quite a bit of stuff, but I think just keeping integrity is more important at this current moment. Hey guys, once I hit like 200 million, then maybe I'd sell out. But until then, I like what I currently have, but I think channel memberships maybe for like stuff like comments or whatnot. One thing that I don't really want is just like gating my content behind like paid stuff, because I'm just like, if you don't have my paid stuff, then you can't just like talk to me or like even watch content. Like I don't want to do that. But one thing is just like when it comes to like my videos, right? There's a lot of comments. It's hard to get through all of them, so maybe that it will help me see the comments more. I already try to respond to as many as I can, but just maybe that or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Also, I know I'm talking to you guys a lot right now, and instead of doing the math, I hope it's fine. Uh, I hope it's fine. Oops. Oh gosh, there's like a lot of comments. Cause honest, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I could talking to you guys is actually really fun though. Oh my god, how much is there? Okay, I think it's a bit too far. I will get a better way of doing this. I just got to figure out now because it's the first time I've actually really done something like this. Normally there isn't a lot of people, so basically I could just look on the left and I'll see everything's, but now I actually have to like scroll up and whatnot. Finally, the real power scaling the song comparisons. Yeah, my god, yes. Is Robin the best in slot for Himiko and Ashblade? For Ashblade follow-up, it's currently Tribby, by the way. Tribby is completely broke. Tribby is completely broken. Playing Tribby on Ashblade actually feels so disgustingly good. Robin feels pretty nice too. And okay, from testing, although it didn't feel good to play, I will admit. Oh, I guess this is important. Let's talk about that right now, actually. I guess let's talk about the feeling of these teams when using it. The best one, obviously this one, it also performed best too with Tribby. The main thing is just that with the chamber I tested in particularly, the enemy spawns in like three, I believe 2 to 3 ads on the side. So the fact you're able to abuse E1 Tribby, like it's a lot of extra damage. But I think if it wasn't for that fact, then maybe that would put Robin ahead just a little bit. But we have to consider like actual scenarios where we do or are able to utilize Tribby. Now, Robin at the same time also felt really cool. It's super cool pulling up Ashvale or Blade, depending on how much enemies there are. When it was AoE, I'll do Blade. If it was probably AoE, also Blade. And sometimes I did Ashvale and get extra ult in to clear really fast. So that's why I put 10 out of 10. It felt nice too. Now, with Aventurine, one thing to note is that this team is disgustingly SP hungry. With Tribby, you just basic attack. For this one, actually didn't feel bad for some reason, but with E1 Aventurine, you may face SP issues. You have to sometimes basic attack with Ashvale. So hopefully that's enough energy to get to the next ult, but you have to keep that in mind. I think at the same time, with I believe S1 is just better at the moment. Still, because S1 it gives you SP to work with, and also at the same time, it's just like higher scaling damage compared to Mushroom or Shroomy. I believe that was the free-to-play Lycone. The thing with E1 is just that the extra hits at the moment aren't too worth it, because while they add like additional multipliers and I guess like 2 extra hits, it's basically, do you want 2 more hits or have all your current hits deal more damage? It's basically that trade-off, but with a bit more SP. And I guess from these tests, the S1 was just better. Maybe they changed it, but I will say that E1 at the moment, although it looks really good on paper, at the same time it's also pretty overwhelming when we compare it to E1s that we've already gotten, because there's been some pretty broken E1s recently. So okay, a few more comments. Is Agro Nova ever coming? Rumored Nova Flare was, let's see, is Jiao Cho. Uh, Gosh, I cannot get it at the top of my head, but a thumbnail will. Oh wait, there's somewhere. Oh, here it is. These four, yeah. Oh yeah, guys, it's the next one. I'm just saying. Sunday found dead in ditch. Yeah. At the moment, so I was contemplating on what exact team to use for the chemical tests. Perhaps you guys have a better suggestion, but let's go over that real quick. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to use RMC again, which is a bit annoying, but I'll probably be able to figure that out when I do more testing for myself. But what I used for this was actually go to um, the Herda. I went to the Herda website to see the best clears. Ooh, I hope this loads. It is... I can't pull it up right now on either of my accounts. Okay. I believe I went to Pure Fiction. Yeah, I believe I went to Pure Fiction because of the... and see what performed best there. And I didn't want it because the chamber I'm gonna fight in, I believe, is multi-way, I believe. I didn't want to use Welt. At the same time, I didn't want to use Sunday either because he gets a bit replaced there as well. So I was just gonna do Morton X Blade because I already had Blade added. But Sunday is Sunday is not doing good right now. No. Oh, hello. Yes. Hopefully I'll do more streams in the future. But I'm glad to see so much people here today. It's actually crazy. I think I missed the E1 or S1 Robin. Okay. So far, it should be even when I tested it. This probably will also determine on the team, but the main thing is they're pretty equal just because there's actually no good free-to-play Lycone right now. It's just a literal stat stick too, where low-key you could probably just put on what's her name? Bailu's Lycone, which has high base attack. You could probably also do that too, I'm gonna be honest, instead of using the Remembrance one. So it's basically really bad free-to-play option versus pretty good S1 and also pretty good E1. I think the E1's really nice for the fact that in particular teams such as Castrus, you're able to hit like super high amounts of like defense shred. You know what? Okay, actually let's look at this because I think we'll learn quite a bit from Fribbles real quick. Oh, would you look at that? This one's actually really survives. Oh, yeah, survives. Okay. Of course we can average it. We could, but just by doing this, we can see like the difference. Okay, wait. Okay, I realized it's cutting off right now. Okay, I learned my lesson. Let me switch this tab over, guys. 1 second. Much better. Look at that, guys. I didn't mess up this time. Okay. So over here again, 50 vibe stacks for like the Remembrance team. What am I using? RMC. Okay, anyways. If you just want to look at the raw like amounts of stuff, let's see. So we get 10 defense pen and or 40 defense pen. I think that's literally all that we're really looking for. And then if we were to increase that to 70. Where is she? 50. I believe with all the defense pen I recall in the current team, I think Robin alone gets you to I like literally like just exactly at 100, I'm pretty sure. So if we look at say signature Lycone, Evernight plus 50, right? Yep, just enough. Wait, yeah, it's exactly enough. So the thing is, what's really surprising is for Castrus when I was testing, I would imagine that Castrus would be like, get this defense shred, and because the final numbers, right, when you're going from 80 to 90 and 90 to 100% defense shred, I thought it'd be like a crazy damage gain compared to Tribi. I was like, if Tribi already loses to Cyrene, then I mean, obviously gonna lose to this, but in terms of the actual results, nah, it was pretty close. Tribi is just slightly behind. In a place where I couldn't even abuse E1 either too, which is again pretty crazy, I would say. Sonic skin mods you use fine on Sonic skin mods. You know what? I think when you look at some of the beta stuff, I've seen some pretty wild stuff with the guys in just like summer outfits to say the least. Do you think Robin's better than Emblade for Saber Mesh? Let's see. At this current point, it's slightly better for my testing. Hello, I'm doing pretty good right now. Wait, how's it looking? I'm looking pretty good. No, I'm kidding. It's good. It's looking good for Aventurine at least. We're gonna have to see how the classification is because if his follow-up attack gets the damage bonus or crit stuff, right, that means he actually does just straight up more damage. But if it's just a designation, that just means he's more synergistic with other people, right? How valuable is Robin? What is the best? Oh, I'm not. My bad. My bad. Oops. Best investments. Her. Oh yeah, I guess we could talk about her E2 actually. Her E1 is like higher amp. Like all her Eidolons are actually like pretty solid though. You can of course you can use Fribbles to see like the exact amounts besides E2. So let's cover that real quick. So I actually had to ask ChatGPT because I'm awful with math, but this one is this one, am I blocking? I am blocking. Okay. Also, with the setup, right, I can also do this too. Align it just so that League of Legends pops up, but we can see the rest of the screen now. But I didn't know if I want to use the setup, but I think this one's pretty fine too. So if we go to our E2 real quick. So this is basically like a hybrid between this is a hybrid between Trivi's and also Hyacine's mechanic. So Trivi E1 and Hyacine's mechanic. It's like just a combined thing of those two. And basically, based on how many vibes you get, it increases this tally and then it clears 50% of it. Now, depending on how much the tally is, I believe because it clears 50%, then whatever this number is, you can double that and that will basically be your final damage, right? So if you have max amount of vibes, which with E2 combined, I believe this goes to 118%. Yeah, this goes to 18% because you get 1% more damage for every 10 vibe. So if we have 70, right, that's, sorry, that goes to, sorry, there's no music. Wait, why? One sec. Why do I do this? There's no music. Okay, I'll have to use the desktop when I'm on the screen. My bad. But yeah, so this one basically, assuming you can get all, if you're at permanently somehow, right, at 18%, then you basically have a 36% final damage increase, basically, right? Realistically speaking, because the amount of vibes you get fluctuates, if we were to average it, then it's a bit less. So around like 24%. Oh wait, you know what? That's actually pretty reasonable. 24% for E2. That's seems pretty fair. Now, I think the only thing you have to remember for this is the fact that with E2 in particular, it takes time to scale up because it's basically like you get this much and then you lose 50%, you get this much and then you like lose 50%, and eventually like it kind of just know like it kind of plateaus off at whatever the number was. I'm pretty sure at least. And for now, let's just say like this is around 24%, roughly speaking. So if that interests you, then that's good. This is pretty comparable to just, no, this is just for easy one, so. With extra steps. Oops. Okay. I guess we could go through the implications of, we could go through the implications soon on the changes that Aventurine got, if you guys are fine with that. Because I have been reading a lot of comments. But for sustain, it's easy to sustain replacement. See. I'm not sure. I have not tested that, so I can't really say. Is building damage Robin on Hyacine still bad? Yeah, I would not recommend it. So, I don't know how much people were here, but I'll just reiterate it again. Basically, depending on how much support your team currently has, it will determine if you should build damage or not. So this is like Hyacine and all that type of stuff. Here you go pull support. You're doing like 40k 40k damage per hit for each of the memo sprites. So that is not good. And then here let's just say like 200 and this goes like 300 or something along those lines, right? And this is only like, this is only the Saber Mesh team, and this is Castris and Remembrance. So if you guys just keep that in mind, you guys should be pretty good for your guys' builds. Raid Shadow? Who said Raid Shadow Legends? My friends were saying the same thing. Like, dude, just get Raid Shadow Legends sponsor. But you think the new 4-star elation cone would be Aventurine's free-to-play best in slot? Wait, that's a great question. Let's look at it. Oh, Suyuki. Oh yeah. Oh, here's Suyuki. Suyuki was the GOAT for the previous beta, by the way. Actually would have, or for this beta, I would have died if it wasn't for their help. Remember you got canceled for your version 3 Ashblade taking. It was weird because he was able to refill his ultimate charge faster, which in turn refills his follow-up charge. Now, I would say, when I made my video, it was, a lot of it was true, although I think the one thing that's... Okay, so version 3 Ashblade is decent. The main thing is that it is objectively incomplete because you literally could not access like the full amount, right? So I guess, for example, if we were to imagine the current Aventurine and all his stacks, right? As you guys know, he currently able to reach 30, and depending on the team, pretty consistently too. However, basically version 3 Ashvale, you can only ever get to 15, like max 15 to like 20. And then in version 4, they just changed it so you could get to all the way to 30. That's basically it, which I was slightly wrong about. But in terms of his ability to be like a great sub DPS or be enabled, then that was true. But let's take a look at the Elation Light Cone, because for the most part, I've been looking at Shroomy, so I'm not exactly sure. Okay. By the way, guys, oh my god, look at the... Oh. Like, low-key, if you guys just want to use this one, like, that's hella based. But I believe it is gotcha, but ads... You'll never join the... Oh, my ads. Fudge. Okay. I have ad blocker on my normal account, but not this one. Fudge. Okay. Okay, let's see. It should be... Wait. Free to play? Wait, he's not Hunt? Wait, no, there's no free to play option. Oh, you're thinking... No, okay, I believe this is gotcha. That's what I heard somewhere. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but... Oh, I see J-Mike. Oh, hey, yo. Get my music back. Also, I saw this creator a bit ago because I was trying to get some background music for you guys. And this Gakun person, dude, like, it is a banger, so... Okay, but let's go back to... Let's go back here. Okay. But I believe, assuming this one is gotcha though, this would be his best option, assuming you could get it though. Of course, excluding signatures. Signatures, of course, biz. What did you miss? You missed a lot, didn't you? Yeah, at least for like this stream, I've been pretty not going everywhere, so if you want to watch the VOD or just like go back on another time, then most of the stuff that I was saying should be near the middle or the beginning, I would say. I go over the actual performance from what I'm testing. Now, I'm not the greatest player, but I think it's good enough. And then for the actual changes, it should be like a bit later, so. League stream finally. You know, when I had less people, I did do League, but I don't think people would want to watch that. Okay, basically it counts as follow-up and higher scaling on bounce. That is only significant change, yeah. We'll just have to see, I guess, the implications of if it means he gets the crit, if he gets a damage bonus, or if it's just only a designation. Because if it's only a designation, then the literally only change that's realistically meaningful is just the higher scaling on the bounce, so. League is where you draw the line. Don't worry. You know what? I'll punish you guys with the League stream in the future, depending on how it goes, but... we have... Uh-oh. Okay, I'm pretty caught up. Am I interested in Earth? I'm not sure. I just like Star Rail. I wanted to make a Genshin video about the event itself. I'm gonna make one about Star Rail too in regards to their events, but I think most of my audience right now is just Star Rail, and the thing for a creator is, unless like you're big enough, you can't really branch out, which is kind of unfortunate. That's why like when you see a lot of even like decent creators that are like quite a bit bigger than me, if they're like 20 or 30,000 like subscribers, then the issues that, or you can see it if you look at their views, right? If they were to say regularly get 30, 40K, and then they just do a different game out of the blue, then it goes to like a thousand or even like 5,000, which is not good for them, and it messes up their algorithm. So you're essentially trapped in a box unless you have, I guess, a loyal amount of following. Yeah. I didn't have a little getaway. Oh, the Lycon. Yeah, no worries. It's such a good Lycon, though. You'll probably get it eventually. So if you do plan on pulling, maybe if you're pulling on the Lycon, it's probably there for him at least. Let's see. Okay, what's the TLDR second channel? Maybe if I get big enough, but TLDR, Aventurine is a bit stronger. And pre-version 3, he was already pretty strong. The main change is how Ashblade's talent. So yeah, that's perfect. Let's look at that. Can I just copy that? Again, guys, I'll figure this out in the future. Okay, I'm kind of a scrub right now. So let's look through changes. I hope you guys are fine with this setup at the moment. I think it's big. There's this one, but I think I'll use this one for now at least. No, I'm gonna use the other one. I like this one. Okay, give me 1 second to set that up, guys. Boop, much better. Okay, and then we just have the desktop thing. Like that works. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, let's just go down and put it here. So right now, you guys can only basically see this screen, but ideally it would be nice if I could just have both, low-key. Okay, I think you guys for now will stare at this screen while I try to transcribe all the other stuff over. They go very chill stream, Mr. Streamer. I'm glad so many people are here. I hope this stream has been pretty enjoyable. I would say I think one thing that's pretty nice is I think the music helps. You know what? That'll be fine. I think the music helps a lot. I was listening over to my previous stream and it was just like, it's a bit empty, but music, way better. Way more vibey, I would say. Okay, well, let's just see ultimate. This is gonna be like quick match. I think testing will give us a pretty good idea, but also doing this will give us a pretty good idea too. So let me put this on the side meantime. Wait, who said hybrid? Okay. Aventurine at the moment is just an Elation DPS that cannot be played in the Elation team. He needs to be in an Ashblade team basically at this current moment. So he's actually really, that's pretty bad too. He's actually really not flexible right now. He literally only has one available team, and I wouldn't even recommend Robin either. Oh wait, no, Robin actually can work, right? Every time I keep thinking that her main draw is the attack percent buff she gives, but as long as you build Aventurine with like literally 0 attack percent, then he can get the 98 crits instead of the attack percent. So you can actually make that work, which I'll test out next time. Okay, but if we just also, I don't know if this is too bright because it's just docks. I hope you guys are okay with this. Wait, let's see. Are you sure Blade's follow-up isn't converted into elation percent? Yeah, unfortunately, that's just that is not the case at the moment. So. Okay. I think damage doesn't matter. It's just, let's see, 30. Wait. Oh, you know, this one, I think the only thing that matters is 5% speed shouldn't be meaningful, so it's just energy. It's just 140 to 130 energy. So let's see if this actually makes any difference. And because I have a pretty good idea about the actual rotation works too, I can see if this changes anything. So let's see. Of all of his attacks currently speaking, we're gonna want a skill every time. Okay, skills 30. And I believe nothing else changed in terms of energy gen. Elation skill still plus. So +5, and then ult's also +5. And then E skill slash. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Okay, adios Picasso. Or Pico Casio. Pico Casio. Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna start off assuming you have 0 energy, so it's gonna be +5 from. God, +5 from. Oof. Okay. I'm trying to write this a bit better because usually when I'm making notes for myself, I don't really care about how it's formatted. But I try to get a bit more readable. This would be +5 starting energy, and then this would be. Oh yeah, I guess we could also think about it like this. Every single. Sorry, I'm trying to visualize in my head. It should be one skill into a. One skill plus the 5 initial. Because you only get you get it once, so we could just tally that in. And then another 5. This is, yeah, that's like per rotation. And then every rotation, it's only 30 plus 5. Oh yeah, that's pretty simple. Okay, well, this is how it goes. So, 5 starting. So let's just assume after the next one goes to 5. And then 45. 45. Then 80. Another 5. Is this? No, I don't. No, that shouldn't change anything. Wait, am I bad at math? Can I not math? No, that looks right. That's 140. No, this changes nothing, by the way. Yeah, okay. Unless I'm doing the math wrong, though. I'm doing the math wrong. I mean, that looks about it. This is 35 per rotation. Wait, this should be 75, huh? Wait, no, this is 80. Gosh darn it. Sorry, guys. I cannot do simple math right now. That's a great question. It's ER is not taken into account. Sorry. But you're right. That's absolutely true. Oh man. Okay. Wait. Let me just look at this one more time, guys. Sorry, I'm bad at math. See, so 5. Okay. Okay. I hate how I wrote this. Okay, you get 5 starting, and then your next rotation you get a skill plus 5, and then plus 5, and then the next everything after is just 30 plus 5. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we can just do 5 times 1.4. Yeah, it should be this. Okay, 5 point. So that's your starting with your rope, and then 35.82. And then everything else is... Give me a sec, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just log in real quick and then... Starting the other thing and then... Okay, well, okay, we can just figure out from this then. 2, why do you... Okay. God, that took way longer than it needed to, Jesus. Okay, well, yeah, it makes no difference. Okay, that's cool. This is starting and every turn. No, wait, oh, wait. Nope, my math's wrong. You're getting 40 a turn. In this per turn. Okay, it still doesn't matter. It's still overkill. Okay. It's just conclusion. Okay. Okay, wait. I'll look at the comments in a little bit. Let me get through a few more first, though. I guess let me make this yellow because that's neutral. After which, let me pull up the next changes. Okay, next one, damaged one. Ancient skill, this one's pretty easy to do. 60, I guess it really depends on the amount of enemies too. Can I not have a calculator for this? No, I made one for Robin. Oh, okay, whatever. Cost damage. How do I want to do it? Let me just make a quick calculator real quick so it's a bit easier for us. Let's see, this would be enemies. And then this would be stacks. Okay. Then we can just do is equal to 60 times U plus. It's U. Okay. So I think it's fine if we just use 5. Oops, wait. This one's a bit wrong. Wait, and we also have that 10. This is 18. It's 10. So it's 10 and it's 10 instances of 18% right now, and then 60%. What? Okay, whatever. Okay, that works. And then stacks. Let's just see the difference between max stacks AoE, I guess, and then we can just. I'm pretty sure I can just go over and then. Yeah, it's copying these now. Now instead of 18, I can just put this to 15 and then 150. And then we can just do 5 and then 30 again. And it's a like 10% damage increase. We got 900 plus, what is this, 10%? 11, 12, 13. 13. Okay. Let's see, next thing. Believing skills. I guess it also depends on how much enemies there are because of the initial amount. But roughly speaking... Wait, that's not... And I think because this is also like a majority of this damage too, this is also pretty solid, I would say. So this one, definitely a buff. Also, I know there's the speed thing, but like it's like 5%, plus you'll never run out of it anyway, so like that is just... I'm not going to include that for now. And then I believe is the... You know what? Okay, before we move on to the final change, let me go for some answers or questions and see if anybody has any complaints, because maybe I goofed it up or something, but... Okay. Use 25? Suki... Oh my god, wait. Wait a minute, wait. Oh my god, okay, Suyuki messaged me. Thank god, wait. This might just be a streamer who's just really bad at math issue right here. It's the initial... Don't you get hit once anymore. Ult. Buff. Nice. Okay, so I guess two pretty meaningful buffs. I guess for me, when I was playing, I'm gonna be honest, never noticed this. I never had an issue with his ult. It was either too far away or I had it for the most part. But I guess you'll probably be ulting faster. But because again, when I tested it, never had an issue. So likely just slightly faster ults. Okay, back to this though. Is he washed or unwashed? Unwashed. So is Aven a brick, and what's your opinion on how strong he actually is? At the moment, oh, I guess I didn't see his final change. Basically, he's getting more crit damage. But as of version 2, when I played with him, he's tier 0 in his best team at least. Although, the only issue right now is just he's really restrictive in a sense he only has one good team and he cannot be played with Elation. Hard so if you have E1 Tribute over... Yeah, no, it's slightly worse if you go to Aventurine instead of Tribute, so... But... he is a good pilot in that team at least. I think people have to understand that I guess there's a... Opportunity cost is definitely one thing, but performance is like also kind of intertwined a little bit, but you have to like consider both, but like also like a bit separately too. I think just because there are other users who can use the team really well, I know there's the mention of Gilgamesh and at this current point Trippy, but it doesn't discount him for the fact that he is strong. So although he's probably for most players not worth it, he is strong though. If Ashblade is the only thing like Giga Boost Aven, I'm using Ashblade or Doctor Marriage. Yaguang. No. You cannot play the Elation team right now. It is unplayable. I used Yaguang. I've seen showcases that use Yaguang and Mortenax Blade, but I use Yaguang and EMC and just know it is literally, you are literally doing half the damage. Not good. Is he at least better than Akron in Ashblade comp? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, okay. I'm bad at math, I'm sorry. If I'm locking in, then I'll be able to write it much better for myself, but it seems he is able to ult a bit faster. Okay, the most insane thing for me is that even if you don't have Tribi, E1 Robin is in the same patch, you can just pull her. Yeah, I think performance-wise though, even before the boost, it was only slightly better. Yeah, okay. Let me move this over a little bit. Again, I mean, the numbers speak for itself. It's not that much. Robin's not that much better. Can realistically pull forever. The main thing is we can say that both units are good. However, Robin does have significantly higher value because she can be slotted in a lot of teams. So there is that. to be both of them. Yeah, it is looking a bit rough. I just don't see it. That's fair. Is he done with Robin calcs? Has he done? Oh, with Robin, there's no particular math to do. I think when I'm making my own video, with Robin in particular, I said this earlier, but for the new people, I'm gonna look at performance that I get personally from playing, for the teams that people are looking forward to, and then after that, I'll probably just use Fribbles, which does a pretty good job in just comparing the raw damage if you're interested. There's always the rotation stuff, but again, I'm gonna mention all of that. Like, if you're playing Remembrance, I'll bring up the numbers, but at the same time, I'm gonna be talking about how you're gonna be pulling up Hyacine every time, so for that particular team, for example, Remembrance, if your Hyacine is extremely well built, E2, S1, or whatever, then you get a lot more value from having Robin. But if your team has, say, a weak Hyacine, but a very strong core, then Tribute with Dance Dance. Dance is better. So it's basically like that, which I'll cover that in the future at least. Does Robin need her cone? I saw that, but no. No. Math isn't hard, HS math. No, I'm just bad. I'm bad at simple math, okay? Just especially on stream. The cone makes team faster. Yes, that is true. Strictly for sheet math, it matters, but in practice, it shouldn't do much. Yeah, this is true. So, if this is, I would assume for at least energy. Let's just talk about his energy. Technically, he gets it a bit faster, but in practice, I highly doubt I would ever notice the energy change. And let's just say, even if it does, this was also similar to like Himiko, for example, and her particular light cone. A energy is not a lot. In a actual rotation, let's just say like one more ult. And for adventuring with this particular change, if you were to play, it's probably just like one or two more ults, depending on how fast you clear. So it's a nice boost, but not like game-changing. Oof, I gotta see how version 4 and 5 goes for Aven then. I'm tribulous, so I have a lot to consider. If I had to assume, again, I just want to see them be better for Elation. Being relegated to one team at the moment is just not really good. Do I think Robin's better than E1 Tribi? Really depends. I guess it depends on the scenario and the team, but for the most part, we can say that they're pretty relative. I think also one way you guys could think about this in terms of amping as well is that E1 Tribi is slightly below Blade. It's so weird because, oh man, the numbers tell you one thing, but then the performance tells you like another. Everything on paper, it's like Blade is like better, and then Robin is better on paper, but then we actually play, perhaps it's just dance spam is just too fucking broken, but they're all pretty close, right? Tribi is like considered tier 0.5, but I've been using E1 Tribi for quite some time, and like, I'll be honest, she's still really OP. Robin looks to be the best support in the game. Really, definitely up there, but I don't think like anything too game breaking though. Okay, but let's just go back and I guess finish up with this real quick then. So slight damage increase again. It was already meta, so okay, it's technically meta. You know, like it's his best team. He should be played in it. And then the last thing I guess that we should really go over. Oh, you know what? I guess there's actually technically one more thing. The easy part at least, before we get into what the terminology actually means with it, or the implications of his follow-up attacks, or his elation skill now being follow-up attacks, but he gets 10% more elation, right? I guess it's a bit... Wait, thankfully I have this. So he is at... I believe this is... Sorry guys, I need to look at my boxes. Baby. Oh wait, just this. Elation. Where does this say elation? How much? Like, oh, I guess I just averaged. I guess it just says 70 then. Okay. Well, That one's pretty easy. So because he's not playing in the elation team, then it's pretty easy to do. Let's just say he has 70% elation as a base. And then we can just add the... Wait, this is... I'm pretty sure I could do this. I can do 1 point... Yeah, it's 1.7 to 1.8, and then it's like plus it. This one works. Okay. Roughly, 10% elation is equal to 6% more damage. Oh, another buff. So, that is really nice. And finally, I guess what you guys are all here for is, what the heck does this mean? I guess you know what? Okay, let me check some comments in the meantime before we get to this final one. If he goes into elation, he needs to nuke at a big normal aha rather than 2040 from Yaoguang. Only Yaoguang E4 is good enough. The damage is just too bad right now. So, oh, I guess I never explained why it's so little damage actually. Oh, wait, no, I guess I kind of did. Okay. So basically, in an elation team, you don't get any stacks. You don't get your multiplier for your elation skills. The AHA version it's just pitiful. You're getting like compared to the follow-up team, it's like, oof, like maybe half. It's like doing half its intended damage, roughly speaking. The punchline in itself is just another I guess in this case, the certified banger is a nice multiplier. But however, the actual MVs is what matters, which in a Yaoguang team or elation, it's just too low to even care about. Is Robin better than Blade? Do they have Audacity to launch broken supports in one version? I would say they're pretty similar right now. Robin, higher synergy, Blade has retarded. Like, that's the only way to say retarded damage. Gotta wait for gameplay to seem better. I'll test it myself, so I'll know, like, for sure, but... I mean, I have tested myself, so... And nothing changes. 15% elation due to speed... Oh, you're right. Thank you, Suyuki. Oh my god. The goat. Okay. 15% more. This was because of his... Also, guys, I hope nothing's being blocked right now. Alt. This will be alt slash trace. Okay. Again, 1.7 plus... Pretty impactful. 9% more damage. Back to some more comments. Okay, I'm gonna break your count because you love Aventurine. Again, not a break, but, you know, you do you. Oh my god. Starting a business? Not an ad. Okay. And then I guess we're almost actually done with Aventurine. Let's just look at the implications right now to... I guess we're about to finish up. It doesn't have to be too long, don't need to drag it out, but I guess I could after Aventurine's finished because we already have a pretty good understanding on both of them. I could talk a bit about, what's it called? Currency Wars in the next video, so. Here. Okay, okay, you guys are actually gonna have to help me on this part because I'm actually not fully sure, to be honest. You guys probably know the interactions a lot more than me. In the meantime, because I actually have to be looking it up now, so. But if you guys just straight up tell me, it's like, it will speed up the process as it's basically cheating. Gabriel Rosa, Aventurine, strong, now he's even stronger, basically. He's not as bad as people are saying. Let's see. Mort. Oops, you know what? I could do this setup. Is it just E2, guys? I know he has one of them where it's double nihility, it's like ult damage bonus. Basically, Blade is literally Thanos. Yes, Blade is literally Thanos. They should nerf them, Ike. Okay, but basically, I think, in terms of this, we have E2 Blade giving E-skill 75. I'm not sure, I don't think there's any other. There shouldn't be any other things inside of this kit like synergy. Like, I believe Facial, there's like some stuff with that, but you wouldn't be playing them together, so. Aven can't even use E2 and Blade. Well, actually, at this current point, because of the change, he can. Also, why are we here? Oh wait, let me... This is... Okay, so just in case anyone comes up, I'll just have this pulled up just in case. But I think for the Blade synergy, but correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I have the chat up on the side this time around, so just let me know. But I believe it's only this. I think base kit, there's nothing for raise. Aven's wording same as Blade E2. Aven wording is the same as Blade's E2. Okay, now this is interesting. This is from Suyuki. Aven's wording is the same as Blade E2 wording. It's considered a heavy and is launched as one, so the attack just counts as one. Is considered as launching. This might just be like a classification thing, low key. It might just be like follow-up specific stuff, I assume. %. Yep, that is true. I think this might be for future synergy if I had to assume. Then I don't see it giving damage otherwise. Okay, but let's go to Ashvale real quick. This should be... Okay, I think it should just be this then, because I believe for Ashvale it's just any hits. I don't think it's like Facial where they give him more stacks if it is follow-up attack. I don't believe so. We would need another character to convert damage % into elation or something like that. Yes, that is how they would have to do it, but I don't think they would do it like that. But, okay, if we go to this now, we can say from Ashvale, E skill plus 80 crit damage. I guess so, because we have all of these so far, this pretty nice, and we just need to see how much 80 crit damage would actually give them. And for this, why don't... Oh wait, no, this does work. This does work. Let's see, Ash. Okay, well, these can... Oh wait, I could do this. Let's see, Ashvale, and then we have more Blade, and then we can just look at the buffs and see if there's anything that we can actually use. So this should be... Oh my god, the total ball of stuff. So Asheville was 40. New. Then, you know, I think that's about it. Blade doesn't give any crits. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't give any crit. I guess if we go back and reference, where is it? Let's see what I was using. 189 crit, and that's like a decent build. Plus 90. I think I'd have this. Plus 96, and then we had our initial 40. Yeah, I think that's literally all the crit damage he's getting. It's pretty low. I wish I could just... I wish... You know what? Let me do... Okay, you guys are gonna look at this for now. But in the meantime, why don't I just check it out myself real quick? I guess, while it takes some time to load, in the meantime, if you guys want to ask more questions, I'll answer that while I test out how much crit he has, and we can just see how much damage he gains. Because yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to benefit from anything else that's like not that specific a wording, if I had to assume. Oh! Never mind, I have to do a lot of stuff which I don't want to do on stream right now, actually. Because there's a new version. Okay, well, I guess we can't really confirm, but I already have a pretty good idea, so... I think that's about it. 189 is what I'm using, 96 from his kit, and then we had 40 from Ashvale, so... 325, so... How much damage does he get from this? Plus 80 is equal to... Oh wait, oops. We have to do a bit differently actually. This is, we actually do 4.25 to a... Sorry, I'm bad at math. 5.05. Then we can just do plus... Hey. Oh wait, that's a big fucking change actually. Holy, wait a minute. 19%? Wait, that's a lot, guys. That's actually a fuck ton. Wait, that's solid, guys. So, because everything compounds with each other, we basically just do... Oh, you know what? I guess this is what you guys came for. How much stronger is he? From the multiplier increase, we can say he's 1.13, he's 13% stronger, times, because he now gets a bit more elation, 1.09, times this final thing with the elation skills. Now, I understand this is assuming most of his damage from elation skills, or this is assuming all this damage is from the elation skill, which it's not, but we can just get a rough estimate. Oops, that's not it. Oh, you know what? One thing we can't say for certain is that his elation skill should be hitting this much harder. Wait a minute. That's a really, really nice increase, okay? I think already I've told you guys that performance-wise he's good. Realistically speaking, if this is his current, if this was his version 2 performance, and he gets 40s, it hits this much harder, assuming that the only thing he's benefiting from is just was it only this 80 crit damage from that. It is a very big boost. And math almost accurate. So I guess for conclusion, oh, it's a bit messy though. Elation skills. 30. I don't know if you guys want to screenshot anything. Should I make this easier to look at? I guess if you want to screen, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to screenshot this right now, if you want us to be like, oh, he's that stronger, I believe it should be like this. So, Aventurine is saved. I didn't realize, but as you can see, a lot of these tiny little stuff, they just add up to quite a bit of damage, which is really good. But I think that's all for both of them. Robin, of course, was mostly wording changes, but the one part where the main DPS is getting more stacks, there's also that. And then for Aventurine, just higher elation skill damage, which is a majority of where it's already coming from. So if I had to assume, he was like the bottom of, it's like the bottom of like tier 0, but if he's doing that much more damage, somewhere in the middle of tier 0 now, which is great. So if you guys actually want to pull him, even as a version 3, assuming there's no future nerfs, then both are great pulls. So let's see. Is there anything else? Aven is too OP, needs to be nerfed in version 4 badly. Yeah, get this guy out of here. Tier 0 is a bit too high for him. Let's get him to like tier -2. I think you format later and just post it on YouTube. I don't know. I think it's fine. The issue was before, I guess now that we're done, right? We can just talk about the making process. It's actually, making thumbnails is really hard, guys. Like, I'm actually really like this one right now because I think the colors mesh really well, but I think just making a thumbnail like this alone probably took me like, I feel like at least like 7 to 8 hours, as simple as it looks. Excluding the actual getting process, because then it would be a few days, but I had to take the screenshot, edit it, and then I have to recolorize it, sharpen it, and then a whole bunch of coloring, and then there's also the background stuff, which is like an omega. Oh yeah, you know what, I could do that. Oh, I could make a post. I'll make a post, actually. I'll write that down. I'll do a bit better math so it's a bit more clean, but it'll probably be a pretty good way for people to see. Let me see. Post about results. Right. I guess before ending it off, I could show you guys all the currency war stuff. You know, we'll chat again. Oh, Pearl can't fit in the Ashblade. What would be the difference between using Aven and Tribute in Ashblade team? Okay, I didn't realize, but he actually got a really big upscale. I think unironically, because he gets that big of a damage increase, he likely would be the best user at the moment of the Ashblade team, I'm pretty sure. Because again, he was already really close. Where is he? Yeah, if he gets a little boost, I think it's probably like the best of all the bunch. Because again, he's never been a bad carry. I don't know where the idea or the notion where he's just like complete chopped cheese came from, but he's not bad. So yeah, he's probably actually good in the team now, which is cool. I had a feeling all the little stuff add up. Yeah, I think, let me see. Is there... Oh yeah, you know what? It's actually, I guess technically, it's the same thing with Ashvale too. In his version 3, he got a lot of different like minor changes, which if you added it up, then it was like this, where it's like, oh yeah, 40% more damage, you know? But I guess in the meantime... Oh, I guess to update you guys, I believe the Currency Wars video, it's been taking... Or it took like 2.5 days to like get the actual footage. I've been just grinding to try and get it. I think because I have the actual runs, I'm confident in the fact that it's possible, which means I just need to write the script and edit now, so it shouldn't be too hard. So for that, I tested every single Himiko version, and I know which one's pretty good, and I'll just focus on the Durian one. And then besides that, like besides the there's so many failed runs. Because basically, oh man, the strat, okay, it's not easy as it looks. Basically, if you get the good start, you still have to play through the entire thing, and hopefully the Holy Grail doesn't shaft you. And it is not nice. Let's see. Did I not do it here? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'll explain it more, but basically you just have these 4 pieces of shit sitting in the corner for the entire run. And then once you're at a pretty solid spot, you put them on and then just hope the Grail gives you the right stuff. And if you get this, if you get the wrong stuff, runs bricked, just restart. It is annoying. However, in the span of the past 2 days, I was able to get 4 Silverwolf 999, so I think that's pretty crazy. Of course, I showed you guys the... Oh yeah. Yes, I was doing low wealth creator, but it does work on higher ones, but I literally just needed to get as many like games as I was able to. This, let's see. So this one was the 0 refresh cost one. I could have gone a total of 5, but I just restarted. Procurement specialist is still completely broken as per usual. Thankfully speaking, and like for this one I run believe, yeah, I don't even have long-term games, so I was still able to get it because I got pretty lucky. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'll have a post about this, going over like my thoughts about it. But for now, before I guess heading off, I will. Oh, you know what? If you have better stats, it should be like yeah, that is absolutely true. I will post that, or yeah, no, that is important because. By the way, if you're trying to beat the Aventurine stats that I'm using, it's... What is it? It's 3 crit rolls on every single one. So it's a bit hard. Okay, so I'll just answer a few more questions before closing it, guys. How big of a boost is E1? Aven's E1. Oof. I'll get through the math later, but you just know it's not better than Slight Code. Not better than his Lyco, surprisingly. But yeah, any more questions, guys? I'll chill for a little bit at least. So after the math, is he better than Tribute E1 or not? I would say yeah. The best investment for Himenova is still her own Eidolons. I believe so. I believe her E2 is still like a giga boost. And when you combine all of the different factors together, where E1, S1, and then E2, it all like combines together, where you're able to get like a much faster rotation. Likely, yeah, that's pretty true. Okay, yeah, but I think just call it here, guys. I will have the post, and if you guys have any other questions there, I'll probably be able to test in like 4 days from now to like confirm, but I'll still be able to answer questions on the post. But yeah, I guess besides that, guys, let me switch the screen so it's a bit nicer. A bit late, but yeah, version 3 is out. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm surprised there's so many people that came, but I hope you have a good day or night. It's nighttime for me, so I'll probably head to bed sometime later. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.